Hello, beautiful people. We are back with a new video, finally, 75 years later. Anyway, today's just going to be like a day in my kitchen type video. So I'm just getting some things that we need prepped or ready for the week. And I'm also making dinner tonight. So here I'm just starting off with some granola. My sons love granola. Well, my husband loves granola too. He likes to eat it as a cereal. Anyway, so I'm just prepping some homemade granola, some oats, salt, vanilla, lots of cinnamon because it won't be granola without cinnamon. Some dried cranberries. You actually don't have to add these before you bake them. You can definitely add them after you bake them. I was on the phone with my mom, so I wasn't fully paying attention to what I was doing. Anyway, and some pecans and maple syrup and a little bit of olive oil. You can use coconut oil if you prefer. However, I didn't have coconut oil. I had olive oil, so that's what I threw on there. And then you bake it in the oven at 350 for about 25-ish minutes. And then you let it cool completely, and then you store it in a jar. All right, next thing up on my list is muffins. I like to have some kind of like snack in the morning ready for the kids because they like to wake up and they are hungry the second they wake up. And sometimes, depending on the baby, I'm not able to make them something to eat right away. So I am making some muffins. I will add the recipe for everything I'm doing down in the description box, but these are some chocolate chip muffins that I made. They came out all right. I was distracted with other things, so I could have taken them out 2 minutes earlier than I did, but yeah, they were good. Not my favorite, but they were definitely still good. And you'll see here I actually originally forgot to add the heavy cream. You could do heavy cream or milk, so I was mixing it and I was like, why the heck does it look like this? And that's why I'm showing it to the camera now, because I'm like, there it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. I usually add cupcake liners. However, I was out at the time, so I just generously, I cannot talk today, generously greased my muffin tin and baked them that way. Next thing I am prepping is pretty straightforward. I'm just cutting up some peppers and onions. I am using some of it for that dinner, and then also having onions and peppers prepped that are already cut and ready to go makes things a lot easier, especially with the dinners that I have on the menu for this week, like chili and things like that. And also my husband likes to put it in his omelets, so I'm just prepping some of that, getting it ready to go, and sticking it in the freezer so it's less prep time later. Also, I have a love-hate relationship with this cutting board. I actually forgot that I had it. I bought it 2 years ago, forgot that I had it, and then as I was using it, I remembered why I didn't use it, because it is nice to have like little drawers that you just push everything into when you're chopping a bunch of stuff, but the cleaning is very annoying because you have to clean the whole cutting board, then clean all 4 of the drawers individually, and for some reason, I don't know if I just got like a weird one, but that 4th drawer never wants to go in willingly. I basically have to like shove it in, and it's kind of annoying. So this isn't my favorite cutting board. It is convenient, yes. I just wish it was designed a little bit differently, I guess you could say. Alright, next thing on our list, as you can see on the counter, the muffins are out of the oven, but I am going to be making some bread bowls to go along with our chicken and dumpling soup tonight. They came out delish. I don't know about you guys, but Panera definitely got me on the bread bowl wagon when it comes to soup, and I just really feel like soup is not filling to me at all unless I have it with bread. So we are making some bread bowls here. I did end up running out of regular white flour, so I did have to sub in a little bit of whole wheat flour. Didn't really change it, it was still fine, the way they ended up baking and stuff, but that's why you see me using both, because I definitely ran out of regular flour with all the things that I was making, but it's okay, we made it work. Alright, so while that's mixing away and combining, I am going to get the actual soup started. So I just have some onions prepped, and I'm going to add that to some butter melting on the stove right now. I'm just using frozen mixed vegetables. Feel free to use whatever vegetables you feel like putting in your chicken and dumpling soup, okay? If you don't like peas, don't add them. If you don't like carrots, don't add them. You know what I mean? There's no rules in the kitchen. But I am just using some frozen mixed veggies. I am cutting up some chicken tenderloins. I probably didn't need to use this much, but I did it anyway. So I just chopped those up. I would say inch pieces. Threw them in there with the onions and the butter that are all marinating. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in the frozen vegetables. I'm gonna add those to the pot, let them cook a little bit, and then afterwards I'm going to add some flour to make the base of the soup thick, and then we go in and add our chicken broth. And honestly, that is it. You just let it cook until you're ready to do the dumpling part. Alright, so some of my filming cut out. I didn't realize it until later on, but my camera stopped filming because it was out of storage. So I'm just going to talk you through the rest of the things I did to throw everything together. So one of the things missing is me actually making the dumpling recipe. First of all, I'm adding the chicken stock to the pan, adding some salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic, and I think that's all I added to the actual soup itself. And I didn't think I used enough chicken broth, so I did end up adding a little bit of water too to make sure I had enough liquid in there. But anyway, back to the dumpling recipe. It's 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon, plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder, pepper, salt, and then you could put thyme, dried thyme, fresh thyme, whatever your heart desires. I just did some Italian seasoning, and then 3/4 cup of whole milk and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. You just kind of mix it all together, and it's going to be like a paste-like consistency. And then you just plop it into your soup when you're ready. You can make them as big or as small as you want, honestly. And then one of the other things that ended up cutting out was me fully prepping the loaves. So this is me splitting them into 4 loaves here, and then I score it at the top, bake it in the oven, and then after they're done baking, you just cut some of the bread out to be able to make a area for the soup, and that's what it looks like when it's all together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.